Good afternoon. Myself Bharti Dubey, and I will be dealing with energy stored in capacitor. So capacitor, as it is known that it is having two plates, one plate which is positive and another plate. This positive plate is actually not positive, but it is made positive by supplying charges, and second plate is brought in the electric field of the first plate, and it gets induced with negative charges, and its positive charges on the other side are sent to earth, which is at zero potential, by connecting it to earth. Here plate distance is D, plate area is A, and these two conducting plates are separated by insulating medium. So whenever our conducting plates are separated by insulating medium, it is always said to be capacitor. Second plate should be connected to earth. I have written the heading there, energy stored in capacitor. What does it mean? Capacitor already it is a charge storing device, and when capacitor is the charge storing device, you can just keep in mind that for storing charge we have to give or supply charges to that capacitor. So when we have to give or supply charges to capacitor, so that means some work has already been done. So the work which we have done cannot be, do not have any source and six for creation or destruction. It will have to transfer into energy as per work energy principle, and when it has to be get converted into energy, that means we have to find out the work done, and this work done has to be calculated in supplying charges to the plate of capacitor. So he will get here V equals to dW upon dQ, that is by definition of potential. Okay, we will have here dW equals to V dQ, can be written like that. Now as we see in this part, V is constant. Why? Because between the plates which are parallel to each other, the potential difference will become constant. The reason is that here E equals to V upon D. E is uniform. Why E is uniform? Because these electric field lines which are originated from positive plate to negative plate are all parallel. Distance we are not changing. Obviously, potential difference between the plate will be constant. So we have to convert this into variable, and we know that V equals to Q by C. V equals to like that it comes. Q directly proportional to potential. Why? How much charge we will supply, that much potential difference will go on existing. And constant of proportionality C, so we are getting V equals to Q upon C. We will substitute in equation number 1 dW, here we gets V Q upon C into dQ, and now we will integrate within the limits 0 to W and 0 to Q, and when we will integrate dW, we will get W here, and 1 upon C, it will be Q square upon 2 and 0 to Q, and on applying limit 1 upon 2 Q square upon C, you will get the work done, and this work done will be stored in form of energy. So we will get here U equals to, that is capital U equals to 1 upon 2 Q square upon C. Still, this Q can be written as CV from here. What we'll get? We'll get that equals to 1 upon 2 CV square upon 1 upon 2 CV square, because C1 will be cancelled, V square will be there. In place of Q, I have placed CV. So this formula we got for energy stored in capacitor. So this is how the work which is done on a system can be converted into energy and can be stored, and whenever it is required, this electrical energy can be utilized. So generally, when we are dealing with so many applications are there for this, when we are dealing with solar cell in inaccessible areas, wind energies, so capacity devices are required. So that is why we have to understand the concept that how the charges which are supplied to a capacitor can be stored and then finally can be utilized when required. Now, we want to get the concept of energy density of capacitor. In this part, you have seen that D is the distance between plate, A is the area of the plate, sigma is the charge density of the plate, okay? But energy stored depends only on C and B, Q and C. It can also depend upon Q and B. Now, energy stored density. Energy density means what will be energy density? It will be energy stored per unit volume. It is always represented as small letter UE. And what is energy stored? Just now we have calculated here 1 upon 2 CV square. What is volume? It will be A into B. What will be volume of capacitor? Plate area is A and distance between the plate is D. What will be there? Now C equals to epsilon 0 A upon D. This is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor, and then V equals to ED, because we are having E equals to dV upon dr. So this is our first equation. In this first equation, we will substitute all the values and we will find out the value of UE. So it is coming 1 upon 2 epsilon 0 A upon D into ED whole square upon AD. On solving this, we will get here U equals to 1 upon 2 epsilon 0 E square. So this formula U equals to 1 upon 2 epsilon 0 E square, it is our formula for energy density. That is energy stored in a capacitor per unit volume, and this is an important part or important topic which has to be remembered for board exam also, because it is specially specified in our NCERT book. And this energy stored is equal to 1 upon 2 epsilon 0 E square. That reveals that the energy stored per unit volume depends on electric field applied. So that means more and more intensity of electric field we are increasing, more and more energy stored per unit volume can be increased. So likewise, here we have completed the topic energy stored in capacitor and hence energy density of a capacitor. Thank you.